And this is Tyler Hoover's converted 6-speed manual. Gorgeous. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a Pagani Huayra, Pagani Raduro. Beautiful car designed by Horacio Pagani, an Argentine master of beautiful design. Such a beautiful car that makes all the right noises. And we're here amongst airplanes, looking at some of the best cars that you've ever seen. Horacio Pagani used to work for Lamborghini, designing some of their best cars. And that sound is the best. When we talk about attention to detail, the Pagani is one of the finest executions of detail that's ever been conceived by any car company. No stone is left unturned whenever it comes to seeing every part of a car. And that AMG V12 is just done to perfection. So with those beautiful Paganis behind me, you think that the gull-wing doors are the only cars that you see, but in reality, there's another gull-wing superstar right behind me right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the beautiful, most beautiful cars in its original patina with the Rudge knockoff wheels. This is one of the best cars in the best colors that you'll ever see. Yeah, I said I was not going to take pictures of video, but there's absolutely no way I can't capture this on film. Wow. 2 doors go up. I mean, really, there is no other way for you to drive this car except with the doors up. That is the ultimate flex. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a blue chip collectible. So the next car we have coming up is this beautiful Porsche 911 or 912. I'm not really sure, but Sarah is going to help with the arrival process. Perfect Irish green, electronic fuel injection 911 from Massachusetts. It is a beautiful narrow body example. This beautiful classic, ladies and gentlemen, is a Delahaye Cabriolet. Just a beautiful car with a right-hand drive configuration. And the reflection from the rain. I mean, the Pagani's cool, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is the classic. Incredible. Beautiful Porsche 911. One of my favorite details about the Rocks car is the aged license plate. This is a preview of things to come for me. This Dino GT is a Ferrari, but it isn't. Now hear me out. This car was the first 6-cylinder Ferrari, and something that we take for granted today, because right now we have the 296 GTB, which represents the new wave of engineering that is taking place with Ferrari vehicles. So this was a preview of the mid-engine trajectory that Ferrari was going to take eventually, but this was a preview of what that company was doing early on. It just works. It is perfect. The nicest Porsches you've ever seen in your life. So check out this truck. Porsche 959 Canapa Edition, my favorite car in the world, in the perfect color with the bespoke interior that I really, really, really admire. This is incredible. Perfect size. Exactly.
So this car is really cool. It has an air suspension.
Yes.
Or adjustable air suspension.
There isn't a better car in the world. If I had to pick one car and it'd be my only car.
959.
959 SC.
Very casual car.
Yeah. Bruce Canapa did it right. Wow. Just a random Ferrari parked in the lot.
Well, you know that's a V12 Boxster, right? Boxster
Yeah,
engine, right?
flat 12. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are here at the hangar about to enter and position a lot of cars that we were working on this morning and we're gonna get our party on. Hangar of Amelia Island. The beauty and the eclectic arrangement that you have here is something like you would see at any of the top world events, with all the planes, all the cars, and some of the highest level blue chip collectibles that you'll ever see. With the planes on, you know, this is sponsored by NetJets, so obviously we're gonna have cars that look like jets, or cars that are born from jets, things that resemble only the highest quality, the highest level of finesse and execution and engineering and design. You're only gonna have the best cars in the world. Some of the best collectibles. Just insane. And of course, if you're gonna do Porsches, you're gonna do only the best Porsches in the world. Such as that beautiful Carrera with a slick top from Sloan Motors. Or this beautiful yellow Ryan Friedman Motor Cars special. Wow. There's not a bad car here. And I was gonna say there's not a bad car on the lawn because this has the feel of the bridge, but we are at an airport where in the distance you could see tons of vehicles that are parked in front of a bunch of airplanes that flew in only for the weekend. And this airplane, ladies and gentlemen, is just, this is unreal. If you want to see some 944 Cup cars, let's bring in the Rothmans Cup right in the middle. The blackout trim. It's a manual transmission. Wow. This is a 300G E5 speed manual, Vantage Auto. This is just so cool. An off-road beast. This has to be one of the most interesting cars here, this Alfa Romeo Il Mostro, which I've seen at the bridge before. This car has a refrigerator door as a front entrance to this Isetta vehicle. Just beautiful and quirky. Now this little race car is gorgeous. This race car is beautiful. This is something special. Exactly. This is Miami Vice. Jesus. The presence of American muscle is certainly here, especially with these beautiful Mustangs. My mom had a Mustang when she was in her 20s. She would definitely love this section. Wow. The Countach. And perhaps my favorite from my childhood because of my Dumb and Dumber dreams, this SV Diablo with the matching set for the entire luggage. Wow, high quality leather. This is a DLS because gold is the best heat reflector. That's why. This has to be one of my favorite vehicles because it's a functional 6x6 Land Rover Defender. The owner of this company actually approached me and he was like, find Alex.beras, because he knows that I'm into this kind of thing. He knows that I like off-roaders, and he well understands that I am obsessed with the Defender and the Land Rover, Range Rover, and anything really made by Land Rover or anything that appears to look or appear like a Land Rover. So, of course they find me, because they know I'm addicted to these things. So the license plate looks phenomenal, by the way. One of the coolest cars here. Definitely one of the coolest cars here. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite car of all. This is the Porsche 959, but it has been reimagined by Bruce Canepa with basically a virtually perfect interior. It's got everything that you would ever dream of in terms of the Porsche Classic radio, the very squared off 928 style steering wheel. Oh, hello guys. It's got the intake holes, beautiful reimagined wheels, reimagined suspension. And with these wheels, you're able to accommodate a much wider array and variety of tires, where you are locked into only one tire from Bridgestone whenever you purchase one of these cars. With this car, you're able to do a lot more when it's reimagined by Bruce Canepa. Rather than making only something north of 400 horsepower, you're now able to safely make well over 800 horsepower with a reimagined turbo system and reprogramming of the computers that this car was capable of having back in the late 80s. This car was way ahead of its time, and it is now that these cars are being caught up to with the rest of the car world. One of my favorites of all time, and perhaps my favorite on this lawn. Well, tarmac. This right here is the best part. You know, we are at an airport runway where there is a presence of a lot of Paganis and airplanes. But this car is born from jets. Literally, born from jets. That's what Saab does. They started with jets and aviation. And this car is an evolution of the brand before GM destroyed it. But when we look at Saab, it made a lot of airplane technology. It was an innovative company that incorporated a lot of aerodynamics into their vehicles. It was a well-engineered car for the well-engineered thinker. Now this car is phenomenal because of the high level of attention to detail. Every gull wing is an important car. And this one is very important because it's got the Rudge knockoff wheels and the original patina on a highly original car that would win any preservation class in any concours in which it is presented. You see the level of receipts. Every single detail is looked over when it is placed for judgment. With the fold-down steering wheel, just a phenomenal car with a really cool period-correct license plate. Wow. I love this pinstriped script with the name on the door, well, on the front fender. I'm not sure if it's original, but it very well much could be. But it is gorgeous. One of the best cars in the world. And let me look at this beautiful other 300 SL in this gorgeous color. which is the contrast to the original, and this is a restored copy. And it's not a Gullwing, but it is a 300 SL. Perfect. And she matches, her outfit matches her car. How perfect. What I love is the level of attention to detail in every component, in every single section of this car.
I'm only hoping that these guys are
Wow.
as good as you said.
Not only does this car match the owner's outfit, the welcome team also matches the car. I'm on a schedule with the sun, and this car definitely shines, especially in an East African Safari Classic Rally. And this has to be one of my favorites because if you know me, you know that I love small cars. And this is not necessarily a small car.
Big guy, small car.
There we go. Are these BBS? These are BBS wheels, same as yours.
Yeah, these are E87.
So these are
magnesiums.
These are the magnesium E87 wheel. He has these on his 911 964. And this, for a very small moment in time, was the world's fastest car. And a Tom Walkinshaw Racing variant that this car is, this is absolutely phenomenal with an immense level of detail. This comes from Matt Ivanhoe's collection, the Cultivated Collector. And he houses some of the best cars in the world. Wow. And of course, American Muscle with the Glickenhaus Racer, a car that is run by HK Motor Cars. They have a warehouse in Mount Kisco in New York and Westchester. Such a really cool place. And of course, BBI Motorsports manages this car with Porsche Racing and of course this rotary car, which is the JDM Supreme car, a drift king in the world that we're in. There is a lot of eclectic race cars that we have here. You know, we have our luxury Rolls Royces in the distance, but the race cars are what really bring the competition heritage into the fold here at this bridge-like event, which is the Hangar. So when we're talking about racing, this Carrera GTS, this is a unicorn of unicorns. Air-cooled motor, perfect flat six, just an amazing car that will qualify for Luftgekühlt. Just a beautiful car overall. Just phenomenal. When I heard this earlier, this made my bones chill because this is a flat 12 with an engine with a flat fan blade right over the entire motor, mid-engine, raced by Joe Seifert. Central seating position, just a phenomenal race car overall. This thing is absolute perfection. This is giving me a lot of Steve McQueen vibes because I know that this is something that he would drive. This is unbelievable. And I can't wait to capture this thing leaving. And this is incredible. Derek Bell, a man that I was fortunate enough to meet at P-Car Market, which is one of the sponsors for this entire event. Now you understand why I have the wooden shift ball and a Momo Mod 7 steering wheel. It's all because of racing. And it has to be period correct. I'm a fan of Range Rovers, but this really redefines the rear seating section of you going to a polo match in the Hamptons and having to sit on the back. This is really, really cool. I think the funniest thing about this entire experience is if you sit on this seat, it is not designed for occupancy while the vehicle is in motion. I mean, come on.
That's version of my ghetto tailgate.
Yes, the tailgate. That I couldn't think of the words.
My wetsuit, like
Yeah.
tailgate.
I couldn't think of the tailgate. Are we allowed to sit on this?
Well, hell no, probably.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I watch out.
I will ask and see if we're allowed to sit. The Cullinan carpet matches. Wow, these seats are substantial, and the fit and finish is phenomenal. Wow. The thing that I love the most is the suicide doors, but wow. The fit and finish, the embroidery on the seats, the headliner with the stargazing ability. Wow. So much fun.
So many questions. I want so many photos.
Yeah. Morton Street Partners, here we are. This is the dream right here.
One more. Smiley here.
Capturing.
Yeah.
This is Vogue. The creative director.
It's always me.
Now this has to be the coolest car that you'll see here today. This is a Porsche race car. Not quite the Cup car, but this is a Derek Bell, Vic Elford car.
You guys have cars?
That is phenomenal. Wow. There's levels. There are levels. This was a lot of fun. I'm amongst cars and airplanes, and it really doesn't get any better than this. So if you like what I have to say, if you like what I had to show you here today, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you on the next one. In the meantime, if you want to buy some of the best cars in the world, you should only buy it from the guys at P-Car Market. P-Car Market is where it's at. The inside of a private jet.
What's up?
What's up?